An economic and human catastrophe. That's how EU leaders have described the looming possibility of a no-deal Brexit.
It's a fresh blow for British Prime Minister Theresa May, who flew to Brussels in the hope of reopening negotiations on her doomed deal, but left empty-handed.
Theresa May's face said it all, meeting the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker for a conversation they've had many times before.
We've had robust discussions, but they've been constructive. What I've set out is our clear position that we must secure legally binding changes to the withdrawal agreement.
She came looking for a lifeline, specifically changes to the controversial Irish backstop, which has deadlocked her deal in Parliament. But Juncker agreed only to add wording to the political declaration agreed by the 27 EU countries and the UK. Protesters greeted May's motorcade with a blunt message, while EU officials had a slightly more eloquent warning.
We are very concerned. We are reached from an economic and human catastrophe. This is the reality of a no-deal Brexit.
It is a disaster on both sides of the channel.
The only show of support today came from the most powerful woman in Europe.
Hat es ja auch das britische Parlament interessiert.
The German Chancellor says she thinks solutions can be found without reopening the withdrawal agreement. The Prime Minister had hoped to have a revised deal to put before Parliament next week. She needs some solid changes or concessions to get MPs across the line, but time is running out. Deal or no deal, there are now just 49 days until Britain leaves the EU. The pressure has never been greater. In London, Amelia Adams, NBN News.
There's been a horrific case of road rage in the US city of Minneapolis, with a man getting out of his car and shooting a school bus driver. An 8-year-old girl was on board the bus. The suspect accused the driver of bumping into him in traffic. The bullet grazed his head and hit his arm.
A 5-year-old girl has been pulled alive from the rubble of a collapsed building in Istanbul 18 hours after it came down. 10 people were killed when the 8-storey apartment block suddenly gave way. Authorities won't say how many are still missing.
The traffic light is clearly red when this schoolboy begins walking in the UK. Then, out of nowhere, a ute barrels through the crossing. The vehicle misses the teenager by mere centimetres. The driver has since been given a suspended sentence and his licence disqualified.
Director Woody Allen is suing Amazon for more than $95 million after it backed out of a 4-picture production deal. The company referenced sexual assault allegations made by Allen's daughter 25 years ago that have recently resurfaced. The filmmaker claims it's a breach of contract and says Amazon was well aware of the allegations when the deal was made.
Rock star Ozzy Osbourne is in hospital with complications from the flu, a month before he's due to headline Australia's Download Festival. Last month, the former Black Sabbath frontman was diagnosed with a severe upper respiratory infection and was forced to cancel the European and UK legs of his tour.
To finance, and the Australian share market followed the US today, falling on fears America and China may not finalise a new trade deal anytime soon. NAB shares fell after 24 hours of turmoil for the bank. Newcastle-based health fund NIB was one of the day's biggest movers. On commodity markets, both gold and oil continued to fall, and the Australian dollar is buying a shade under 71 US cents and close to 78 yen.
Few of us will ever trade stories with an Olympic athlete, but that's exactly what every Year 9 student in New South Wales will have the chance to do in the lead up to the Summer and Winter Games. It's all part of Olympics Unleashed, a program designed to motivate kids at a crucial time in their development.
A sprinting legend spilling Olympic secrets.
It comes that distance from here to there in 1 second.
And tricks of the trade.
And I tell myself that I've done the work, I've done the training, I need to just trust myself.
This is the kind of face-to-face experience every Year 9 student will have the chance to get with an Olympic athlete.
The Olympics, we all know, is about sport, but the things that it stands for go much, much wider than the results that happen on the field.
While athletes visiting schools after the Games is hardly a new concept, this program will connect them with students in the lead-up to the Summer and Winter Olympics. And it's not just the pupils who benefit.
We provide them with training, presentation skills. We also cover them for their time. So for those that highly engaged in training, they don't get enough time to have part-time jobs. This also helps them with that.
Schools will be invited to nominate for the program, but this isn't about recruiting athletes for the 2024 Paris Games.
The kids may not become Olympians. They might just become good doctors, good teachers, good tradies, just good people.
Samuel Djodan joins us now with all the sport.
And Sam, Corey Norman has broken his silence.
Yeah, that's right, over one of those off-season allegations as well. Coming up after the break, the Dragons signing assures the club he's a new man. And the batsman who bowled himself over.
Ned's Punter's Toolbox, loaded with race comments, speed map, money tracker and multi-builder. Download the Neds app. Neds, it's time to bet.
The game of football is about pain. I thought foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad those arch supports are in my shoes.
See if they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at Good Feet Store, Katara.
The Morrison Show and Rodeo is back. See live entertainment, wood chopping, horses, dogs, cattle, and Saturday night there's fireworks and the adrenaline-pumping rodeo action with cowboys riding the big bulls. The Morrison Show and Rodeo, 9 and 10 Morrison Showground.
Bet Easy and Sky Racing Vision make it easy to raise your game. No matter where you are, you can bet.
Watch more thoroughbred greyhound and harness races live.
All without leaving the app. Whatever the competition, it's easy to raise your game with Bet Easy.
Big screens, low prices at Harvey Norman. That's right, we've got a huge range of big screen TVs in store that are big on tech and low on price. All sizes from 24-inch, 55-inch, 65-inch and larger. Big screens, low prices at Harvey Norman. Shop all the big brands: Samsung, Panasonic, LG, Hisense, Akai, Sony and Toshiba. No matter how small your budget, we've got a big screen TV to suit you. Shop online now or come and see us in store. Big screens, low prices every day at Harvey Norman.
Go! Football is the world game, and this year, our Matildas are off to France. You can join Australia's largest team sport too. For any age, for everyone. It's about good times, having fun, and staying healthy. And school-age kids can claim the $100 Active Kids voucher. For every ability, for everyone. Register now at your nearest club. Visit northernnswfootball.com.au. Proudly supported by Newcastle Permanent.
Hold on to your boa, babe. I know a girl.
It's a man cave now, darling.
Motor, home, business, travel, life, health, and making Australians feel luckier every day.
Kia Open season is on. The Value Pack Sportage AO edition with 18-inch alloy wheels, side steps, AEV safety and more. From just $39.90 drive away plus a 7-year warranty.
In Chinese tradition, you receive a gift at Chinese New Year.
In Bing tradition, you receive a bonus 10% gift card
when you spend $200 or more.
Happy Chinese New Year from Bing Lee.
Corey Norman has assured Dragons officials there will be no more surprises following his appearance in a drug-related video. Norman knows he can't afford another off-field drama. He says he's grown up and will be doing all his damage on the park.
If the off-season scrutiny worried Corey Norman, he certainly wasn't showing it. He's a larrikin who's on his last chance.
You're going to have to be a clean skin here, aren't you? yeah. given your rap sheet.
Yeah.
Is that something you've thought about?
Yeah, look, definitely thought about it.
The past is the past. I feel like all my dramas have been 3-4 years ago now, and they were hiccups, and I've moved forward.
Norman starred in 2 leaked mobile phone videos in recent times, one so lewd it couldn't be shown on television. Just last month, this hit the public forum.
Tell the young bloods, whatever you
And it had him reeling.
I rang them straight away and gave Mary and our team manager a heads up and said, look, this whole video is coming out, and I've already dealt with it with the integrity unit.
Norman expects to start the season at 5/8 for the Dragons. He's back with Ben Hunt. The pair last playing together during their time at the Broncos at the start of the decade.
We had a couple of good wins first grade as well. I think, when Peter Wallace and Darren Lockyer were out, we had a few good wins, me and him. So, just looking forward to playing with Benny again and have a good time.
Rob Canning, NBN News.
Moses Mbai has clearly had an immediate impact on Michael Maguire, with the new Tigers coach naming the fullback captain for 2019. Last season, the captaincy was shared between 5 players, but Mbai's attitude on and off the field has convinced Maguire he's the only one needed to lead the club this season. Runs have been hard to come by for our cricketers this summer, so they've brought in the big guns for help. Ricky Ponting has signed on to be assistant coach for Australia's World Cup campaign, replacing David Sacker, who controversially quit.
Nathan Lyon leads the Australian team song, but when it comes to disharmony in the coaching ranks, he's pleading ignorant, claiming he knew nothing about an apparent spat between Justin Langer and David Saker.
Obviously, I'm not part of those conversations between the coach and the management and David himself.
Saker sensationally resigned as bowling coach yesterday, just months out from a World Cup and Ashes campaign. It's rumoured he was at loggerheads with the coach about a variety of issues, but remained popular among the players.
I was shocked by it, to be honest. A bit disappointed. Obviously, I really enjoyed working with David, and I know I'm talking on behalf of all the Australian fast bowlers as well.
Ricky Ponting will join the one-day team after their tours of India and the UAE. His sole focus will be tuning up our batsmen for the World Cup, with Graham Hick focusing on the Ashes. It's opened up a debate about assistant coaches and their specific roles.
What I've seen with the Australian cricket team, and when I was there, I reckon there's too many people involved. I just don't think that they need a bowling coach for 300 days a year. So I reckon it's good to keep it fresh. Otherwise, the bowling coach becomes stale, then they become part of the sort of furniture.
I think it's rubbish.
Okay.
Fair enough. I think your bowling group need to have a guy that can go into it and really be a part of that coaching.
So you want a guy that full-time?
I want a guy that is full-time.
Jake Duke, NBN News.